Hello!
Ahoy!
Welcome to Season 2, Episode 9 of Bottom of the Stream.
I'm Nick.
I am Adam, and we're nearly into double figures on
I
the
know.
second season. It's crazy. It's going so fast.
It is.
It'll be Christmas before we know it.
Oh, do you
No.
know, there's a lot of Christmas that seems to have just appeared on Netflix this week.
Yeah, I think they're starting to gear up.
It's festive thumbnails all over.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well.
I'm not in that space yet.
No, nowhere near. I'm not even close to that space yet. Not until December. You
Although-
got the tree up yet?
No.
So a couple of people at work have.
No.
Mental.
Although it has got very cold.
It has got really cold.
Like, whose stupid idea was it to wear shorts for a podcast?
I've noticed you have got your podcast shorts on for anybody keeping tabs.
It's far too cold.
It is. There's -1 in my car this morning.
Really?
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to put an icebreaker on this boat soon.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Break through some ice.
Joking aside, do you know what? This is the second boat I've been on today.
What?
Yeah.
You've been on another boat?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Where to?
For work. I went to a meeting.
On a boat?
Well, no, at like these meeting rooms at this like canal place.
Yeah.
And one of the like breakout rooms was a boat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a bit weird.
Yeah, it sounds a bit weird.
Anyway.
Was it as glamorous as this boat?
No, it was very sparse,
Oh.
unfortunately.
Well, this is anything but sparse. It's a tip, if anything else.
It's full of tat.
These are my collectibles. Talking of collectibles, we spent the weekend, well, one of the days of the weekend together.
We did, yes.
We went to Birmingham Comic Con.
Yeah.
How did you find it? It's
It was
a few
fun.
years since we've been, hasn't it?
Yeah, it is a while. We gave some stickers out. We
Met some cool dudes.
yeah.
We
met-
met Go on.
Well, I was going to say we met the spicy boys from Grief Burrito,
We did indeed, yeah. Finally got to meet them in person.
which was nice.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Very
It was
good
nice to meet them.
huggers.
It was really good huggers. Definitely, I agree. Yeah, really nice guys.
Yeah.
I was really impressed. So definitely go and check out their stuff. Podcast and YouTube channel. Their YouTube channel's really good. They play games and do weird stuff.
Yeah, we did a little interview, so that might
Yeah,
pop up
that might pop on
over
there
on
at some point if they deem it worthy.
their channel somewhere. So
Yeah, so go and check them out at Grief Burrito on pretty much everything, I think they are.
Yeah.
Cool.
you did a bit of shopping.
Did a bit of shopping, brought a couple of pop vinyls. First edition Stephen King, which I'm well pleased with. Another one.
Good, even if it wasn't one of his.
It's
More
not one of
stellar
his, it was
works.
Bag of Bones, so not one of his greatest books, but when you're trying to collect first edition Stephen Kings, it's good to find one that you've not got.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Result.
Absolutely was. Have you got any Netflix news?
There was a bit of a deal that has broken since we spoke last
Yeah,
week.
it was just after we recorded. I think it was probably the day after
As
we
is-
recorded. Last
as
week.
is the way.
As is always the way with Netflix.
So Netflix have signed up with Nickelodeon
Yeah.
to produce a load of movies.
Came as quite a surprise for a lot of people, I think, because a lot of Nickelodeon stuff's been starting to be removed off
Yeah.
Netflix. And then
And
all of a sudden this came out of nowhere.
yeah, they sort of cleared the decks and
Yeah.
well,
Start
now
fresh.
they're going to come back.
Yeah, it seems like it. Talking of Nickelodeon, just going off topic, have you seen the trailer for that SpongeBob SquarePants movie?
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
It's brilliant.
it looks good.
It does look really
The
good.
other SpongeBob movies are pretty.
Yeah,
pretty
they
fun.
are, to be fair. But no, this one it's a different animation style. In fact, the guy from Grief Burrito pointed it out to me. It's got Keanu Reeves in as well.
Automatically gets a tick
It's
in
going
my
to be
book.
great. How's he not appeared yet? He hasn't appeared on our stream anywhere.
I know. Like, he's quite selective though, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's-
I think he is more so now. In the past, I think he's made some bottom of the stream style films.
We mentioned before, didn't we? Like, whose name came? It was Kevin Bacon.
yeah.
His name came up. Like, we've never had anything with him in it.
No.
And instead, we're stuck with bloody Jean-Claude Van Damme and
Dolph Lundgren.
Nicolas Cage.
Oh. There's another Cage film on the list. I noticed it the other day. That's going to come out at some point. Shall I run through the socials? I'm going to do this in a weird order because I'm going to ask you about stuff top of this. Let's do top of the stream stuff first.
Okay.
Have you watched anything at top of the stream?
I have not really. Might say my wife's watching a lot of Suits at the minute,
Oh yeah,
so I've seen little bits sort of dipped in and out.
I've never watched
But-
Suits. It never really appealed.
I mean, it seems alright. It seems very,
I
from
think
what
my
I've
brother's
seen,
watched a lot of it.
it seems quite formulaic
Yeah,
and a lot of soft focus, soft rock,
Mm.
as people are talking very seriously in sharp suits and offices.
yeah. It's just never really appealed to me.
No, I've not really got into it myself.
No.
The Crown is back.
The Crown is back.
I
yeah.
like The Crown.
I've
That's
never watched
good.
The Crown. Is that
It's
good? Worth
Yeah.
watching?
Yeah, though I think they might need to add another series on.
Why?
What with all Prince Andrew's stuff this last week.
I think that might even be a bit too controversial for The Crown. That's a bit. It's all crazy, isn't it?
I know.
It's all crazy.
What a knobhead.
Well, can you get beheaded for that? I think you'd get beheaded for saying that. You'd be careful.
Allegedly.
Alleged knobhead. There was something I wanted to say and it's gone out of my head.
Sorry.
Oh, The Irishman is coming out this week.
Oh, yes. Good.
We talked about it a few weeks ago.
Yeah, so it's had a limited cinema
It
release.
came out on November the 1st in America and November the 8th in the UK. Very limited. There's not anywhere around here that's showing it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it comes out on... So if this comes out on Monday, it'll be Wednesday. The Irishman comes out onto Netflix.
Great.
27th. They've released a new trailer today.
Bring a cushion.
Definitely. It's like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I watched the new trailer today. It's good. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, me too.
I think it's going to be interesting. It's got Harvey Keitel in as well.
Yeah, I know. It's an absolutely stellar lineup.
It's a proper cast. Like a proper cast.
Yeah.
But other than that, I haven't had a chance to watch anything this week. The one thing we haven't mentioned is The Good Place.
No.
Because that comes out weekly, so it's a bit difficult to keep track of. But are you watching the new series?
Not yet, no. And exactly for that reason.
You're gonna binge
stacking them up.
You're going to binge it.
Is it nearly there? Is it nearly done?
Yeah, I think there's 2 left.
Okay.
I'm sure this week's was episode 8.
I'll start soon then.
It really feels like it's winding down because it's the last series, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
I won't give anything away then, but...
No, but it is quality.
Oh, I think it's the best TV show
clever.
on Netflix. Overall, I think it is the best TV show that they do.
It's turned on its head like 3 times.
Yeah, it's always twisted. Everybody in it is brilliant.
Yeah.
If you've not watched The Good Place, this is a good time to start. You're going to get the whole lot to binge through now.
Holy 4 king shirt balls.
I think that's it. I haven't got any other Netflix stuff to talk about.
No, I think that's it for me as well.
I'm sure I'm forgetting something. I'm going to just break through halfway through the show.
That's fine.
And I'll just mention
do it at the end.
Something completely random. If I just start talking about something completely different, I did mean to write it down and it's gone out of my mind. So, socials. I'll do them quickly. So, follow us on Twitter, BOTS_podcast. We're coming up for 650 followers, so get on there, please. Instagram is the same, at BOTS_podcast. Facebook.com/bottom of the stream. And our website is www.bottomofthestream.com, where you will find every episode we've ever made and both season stream tables. Also, see if you can follow us on Podchaser. That's where people seem to like to review. And also drop us a review on iTunes if you get the chance, please. Did you notice we've had quite a few recently?
Yeah, it's Apple Podcasts.
Is it Apple Podcasts? I'm so
iTunes
old. I don't do
isn't
Apple.
a thing, I don't think, anymore.
Is it not?
Well, it might be, but I don't think it's...
Whatever Apple used to
widely
do,
used.
give you podcasts, go and drop us a review on there. It really helps the numbers. And it helps us get, it makes something happen in the algorithm. I don't quite know what. But
I think it puts it in more people's...
gets into more people's
line
ear
of
holes.
view, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm quickly going to drop in another promo for a Pod Nation show here.
Are you looking for some great indie podcasts to listen to? Check out the Pod Nation list on podchaser.com, where you can find a list of great indie podcasts, get links to their official websites, and even listen to some of their episodes without needing to create an account or log in. Here's an example of one of the great indie podcasts you can find on Pod Nation.
Do you ever find yourself sitting on the couch late at night wondering, what should I watch?
Aimlessly flipping through streaming services, pondering as you let your cursor settle over a title, but you just can't bring yourself to commit and push play.
Well, guess what? We do that, and we made a podcast about it.
Because everybody makes podcasts, but we decided to make ours about movies.
I'm Kay.
I'm E.
And together we start a journey through cinema where we watch a movie, sit down, discuss it,
Debate it, test each other's knowledge of it, and then give our final seal of approval or disapproval.
Yeah.
So join us as we try to search the infinite web, attempting to answer the age-old question, what should we watch?
So check us out wherever you get your podcasts. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and drop us a comment. Let us know what you think, and we'll have some interactive portions where you can join the fun.
So, pop some popcorn, pop some wine, and join us, won't you? Tune in to What Should We Watch with K and E.
Coming at you live, brother.
It's not live.
Coming at you.
Pre-recorded and edited.
Pre-recorded, edited, and delivered, brother.
Bye.
So once again, for some great indie podcasts, check out the Pod Nation list on podchaser.com.
So whoever they were, go and check them out because I've not decided who it's going to be yet.
Spin that wheel.
Spin the random wheel. But every show on Pod Nation is brilliant, so just go and check them out. And you'll find the list on podchaser.com if you want to check all of them out. I think that's it. I think my social sides of it's done.
Good admin.
Thank you.
Solid work.
So do you want to start talking about the film?
I do.
Okay.
I really do.
Okay, then let's do it. So, this week we watched a film called Blackwater.
I've not been able to remember the name of this all week.
I know, you text me a couple of times and said Darkwater.
Yeah, that's probably something completely different. Don't watch Darkwater.
Darkwater, is that the one? That might be the shark one. I think there is a film called Darkwater that's got sharks in it.
Well, that's not this film.
But that's not this film.
We watched Blackwater.
We watched Blackwater, which is a film from last year. It is from 2018. It is a 15. It is currently rated at 4.6 out of 10 on IMDb and is 1 hour and 44 minutes long. It's a little bit longer than we used to. So we usually clock in around an hour and a half, don't we? So
Yeah, most of these things tend to be 90 minutes.
90 minutes, yeah. But this one's not. It's 104. Stars, as you mentioned, Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren. So everybody knows who Jean-Claude Van Damme is. He once described himself as the Fred Astaire of karate.
Really?
Yeah, so I thought I'd drop that in there. I really like that fact. And Dolph Lundgren was the Australian heavyweight karate champion of 1982. So they've both got karate backgrounds.
Yep.
I just thought I'd drop some facts in.
And 80s/90s megastars.
Both of them, yeah, definitely. And Lundgren has been on the podcast before. This is his second outing on our stream. So he was in Don't Kill It. From season 1, which is unfortunately no longer on Netflix. Got removed a few weeks ago.
But it's really fun. So if it comes back,
watch it.
Watch it.
It's really good fun. It's
he plays a demon hunter.
Yeah, he does. It's a demon-y film.
And he just goes away blowing
it's
away demons.
Crazy. It's really good fun. There's a little bit in it that it went a bit off the rails, but other than that, it is really good fun. So yeah, go and check that out. We've not done Jean-Claude Van Damme before, so I'm sure we'll see how we feel about him.
Yeah, and this is not the first time they have teamed up.
No, it's not. It's the 5th time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's like 4 Universal Soldiers.
Yeah.
And then...
The Expendables 2?
Yeah, no, 3 Universal Soldiers, the Expendables.
2.
And then here we are.
And Blackwater.
I nearly called it Darkwater again.
How many times are you going to do that all the way through?
Yeah, if I pause, that's my brain just kicking into gear.
Directed by a guy called Pasha Patrici. This appears to be his first film as a director.
It is.
But he is a long-time cinematographer.
Yes, and he also cinematographised this.
He did, yeah. Directed and cinematographised.
Yeah.
That's a good job. Well done. I don't know how much work cinematography is, but
multitasking.
It seems like it'd be quite difficult.
Oh, I would have thought so.
Yeah. What do they actually do?
Just like setting up...
Cinematographize it. Yeah. Setting up shots and making it look pretty.
Focus and...
Well, maybe it wasn't that difficult in this film then. Who knows? That's it, I think. So do you want
to... Can I throw another Dolph Lundgren fact in? Do you know he's got a degree in like chemical engineering?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
This guy he's had a fun life.
Yeah. He's an interesting guy. I read I think it was a quote from him where he said he became a movie star before he became an actor.
Yeah.
I quite like that because he couldn't act when he first started, but now he can. So he's kind of taking on these roles now.
Yeah. But he looked like Ivan Drago back then, so that...
He hated doing He-Man as well, apparently.
Really?
Yeah. Wasn't impressed.
That's a film I'd like to talk about.
Yeah, we should talk about that at some point.
Because it's awful.
It is awful. And he stole this film for me. He's not in it a lot.
No, well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
It might be a bit of a bone of contention.
Yeah, I think you're right. But we will get there. So, how does it start? Should we go for it from the beginning?
Sure. So,
I pick my book up. I'm going to put it back where it was.
Basically, Van Damme wakes up in a cell.
Yep.
And he's got a very sore head.
He has, yeah. He's all disorientated and discombobulated.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
And this film looks really sharp.
Yeah.
So I think you can see that.
The cinematography.
Cinematography background.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It looks really clean and glossy.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look cheap. It hasn't really got that sort of made for TV type.
No, it's not.
Look about it.
I think there was a good idea there somewhere.
So I was quite hopeful at this point.
Yeah, me too. In the first minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, he wakes up all discombobulated and groggy, and he starts banging on the cell door because he's locked in a cell. There's only a bed in there. There's nothing else in there, and he gets an answer from a guy called Marco.
Polo.
Marco. Yeah, he gets an answer from a guy called Marco, who is Dolph Lundgren's character.
Yep, and in the cell next door.
And he's in the cell next door. Now, what confused me is how that Jean-Claude Van Damme knew that he was a different inmate and not just a guard answering him. Because they had this conversation, but he just assumed that he was an inmate. He was. But he could have been anybody. Because he didn't know where he was.
Well, that's true.
He didn't even know.
Might have been a cleverer way to interrogate him.
Yeah, exactly. Missed a trick there. And eventually they have a bit of a chat, and he tells him that they're 3,000 leagues under the sea, is his quote. So I don't think they're that far down, but how far's a league?
It's about 100 hands.
How far's a hand?
That's just a hand.
Yeah, but everybody's got little hands. Not everybody's got little hands. Some people have got little hands. Like
hands are how you measure horses.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
You say it's this horse is 12 hands high.
But whose hand? Because if it's like Jeremy Beadle's hand, then it's like a pony. But if it's
That's how you measure a
Andre the
Shetland
Giant's
horse.
hand, then it's a Shetland pony.
No, that would be a bigger one. I don't. There must be a standard hand.
There must be.
I don't know.
How do we get onto that? That's
We'll Google it.
We'll Google it.
I don't know how
We'll
big
go.
a league is.
I don't know. I don't even think it is. It a real unit of management?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's genuine.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a name of a film. And so they're having this conversation, and Marco says to him, "What's the last thing you remember?" And from
Hang
there
on. I don't feel we've sort of highlighted enough the reveal that they're on a secret black site undersea prison in a submarine.
Did that come? Yeah, it kind of did come now, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it cuts away and you see the submarine
Yeah. Okay. They're on a submarine.
as a prison.
Yeah, it's like a CIA black site, as you say, and it's like not on any government radar.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. And
What a great premise.
yeah, great premise. They're under the sea in a prison
It's
on a
like
black site.
Under Siege mixed with Con Air.
Yeah.
With Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren.
I'm all in so far.
It's going to be amazing, surely.
Surely. Anyway, yeah. So we cut at that point then to because he says, "What's the last thing you remember?" And that makes us cut to the last thing he remembers. So it's like a zoom cut, isn't it? And
Yeah.
we go to Mobile, Alabama, and we're specifically in a motel in Mobile, Alabama. And as he gets to the hotel,
This is Jean-Claude Van Damme's character.
yeah, sorry, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Jean-Claude Van Damme is the main character in this film.
And his character's called Scott Wheeler.
Yeah.
A really...
The most American name ever
Yeah,
for the least American man ever.
totally.
Yeah.
He's got his full-on Belgian accent kicking in here.
Full on. Full. Do you know he learned English from watching the Flintstones?
Really?
Yeah, I read that this week as well in my research. When he gets to the motel, there's a lady in his room waiting for him. And it's not immediately clear whether they are friendly or not.
Well, there's a bit of tension.
Because there's a bit of tension between them. And she's got a gun to his head. And he turns around and... Wait, he turns the gun around, doesn't he? He flips it away from her like an action hero does. And points it to her.
Yeah.
And then they have a big kiss.
They do.
Yeah. She's a very pretty lady. I don't know who she is, but she's a very pretty lady.
So, Van Damme was old enough to be her grandfather.
Easily.
I'm not exaggerating.
No, you're not. You easily are. Do you want to say at this point what our friend Wayne described him as today?
Yeah. So, shout out to friend of the show, Wayne Evans.
Yeah.
At Wayno_Evans on Twitter.
Did you write his Twitter name down?
Yeah.
Impressive. Well done.
Who described...
Yeah, he watched Blackwater today, didn't he? Because he texted us and told us.
He described Jean-Claude Van Damme as looking as like a melted dildo.
Yeah.
Which is not
It's not entirely inaccurate.
I thought he looked like a baked potato with mumps.
Yeah, he's got a really weird face, hasn't he? It's
Yeah.
like spotty. There's like bulges all over his face. If you're listening, Jean-Claude, apologies. We do like you really, because you're really scary and hard.
He's had a tough paper round.
He has.
Saw that cocaine he did in the 90s.
Allegedly.
Thanks.
You've got to remember people are listening to this now. Yeah, no, so they wake up together next morning, so it's obviously insinuated that they're having some sort of relationship.
They definitely went to the Bone Zone.
Oh my goodness. I don't want to think about Jean-Claude Van Damme in the Bone Zone.
So she produces, just after they have this snog, she produces...
Snog. Now we're stuck in the 90s.
She produces
Yeah.
a memory stick.
Yes, she does.
And Van Damme produces a dongle.
He did, indeed.
And he puts his dongle in her port.
You're so juvenile. Yeah, so she's got a memory stick, he's got a dongle. That's
There's a lot of docking going on at this point.
There is. That's key plot point, though. We need to remember that.
Yes,
She's got the memory stick, he's got the dongle.
correct.
Plot point. The next morning, she gets to leave. She goes to leave because she goes to have breakfast, doesn't she?
Yes.
So he recommends the breakfast to her.
Yeah.
In
They
this-
part ways in the morning.
Yeah, they part ways. He's still in the room, and the maid knocks on the door. And as he opens,
She's like trembling, isn't she?
she
The
looks
maid.
absolutely terrified.
Yeah.
For turns out a very good reason.
Yeah.
Because she instantly gets shot the fuck up.
She gets shredded.
She gets shredded by a barrage of bullets, automatic machine gun ammo, and he dives out of the way, and we've got our first gunfight of the film, which kind of goes all over the hotel.
So this is proper. This so far, this is exactly what I expected.
Yeah.
Fast start is pretty good. No one who's a bad guy can shoot straight.
No.
Van Damme's got 100 bullets in this tiny handgun.
Yeah.
And he's taken out
Every single one of them.
He's taken out all these highly armed, highly armoured
Yeah.
bad guys with one shot or two shots.
Yeah.
You've seen it all before.
We've all seen it all before. At this point, I thought I'm going to make a note of how many people he kills in this film.
Okay.
And then instantly forgot to do that. So it's 6. But it's an awful lot more than 6. Because after this, I never did it Never did it again.
Oh, it's 6 in this bit.
In this bit.
Right. Okay.
And that's before the second car turns up.
Okay.
Which happens now. Because he thinks he's got away with it. They kind of end up out in the car park, don't they?
Yeah.
And they're both hiding behind the car.
So he runs from the motel room across the car park. He gets his partner, who's called Ballard, and in the diner. Yeah. And they make a break for it.
They're both hiding behind a car. It's like a station wagon, isn't
Correct.
it? They're both hiding behind that. But she realises suddenly that she's dropped the memory stick.
Fucking butterfingers.
Silly cow.
He had one job.
You've got your memory stick. You've dropped your memory stick. So she decides she needs to go back. So he's still got his dongle. Yeah. But she hasn't got her memory stick anymore.
Yeah.
So she decides she needs to go back for it. So he covers her. She makes a run for it. Gets to the memory stick. But then gets shotted.
She got to the memory stick quite quickly.
She did.
And then it took her...
She turned round in like the middle of the open car park.
Yep.
And just started
it felt like she was running back for about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it took her 10 seconds to get back to the memory stick.
Yeah.
5 minutes to get back.
But unfortunately, she doesn't make it.
No, she gets mowed down.
She gets mowed down in a barrage, and she gets executed because the guy walks up to her. She's bleeding out on the floor. Yeah. And it cuts away, but you see him shoot her in the head. Yeah. Wheeler starts screaming, and he's not happy that his latest beau has been shot. But he manages to get away because he gets into a car.
I've just put Van Damme drives off, and then I literally can't make out what I've written after that.
Did you notice how he drove off? Because that's probably what it is. He drove off by lying in the footwell of the car, jamming his hand onto the accelerator, and controlling the steering wheel with his other hand whilst not looking where he was going.
He was probably sitting on the seat properly. He's only little.
No, he was definitely using his hands for the accelerator and the steering wheel, and manages to drive off perfectly. And I thought, well, that's the kind of action movie kind of thing to do, isn't it? It's a bit unusual.
I thought it was a fun start. First 15 minutes, liked it.
With you.
Yeah.
Then the rest
it was stupid, but unrealistic, but fun. It was fun.
Yeah. So he gets away and he contacts her I presume a contact or a handler.
Yeah, it's like his handler, isn't it?
Yeah, and he arranges to meet him. Yeah. On a car park roof, and they meet up. He said it's 150 miles away. I'll meet him in 3 hours. Yeah. Timing about right. American driving. I think that's about right. Yeah. Take you a bit longer over here, I think. But they meet. Well, Wheeler gets to the car park, and the man is already dead.
Yeah, his handler has been assassinated. Yes, very much so.
Yeah. And then loads more goons turn up and kind of take him out.
Yeah. He is captured.
He's drugged and captured.
Tasered.
Yeah, he does get tasered, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And
they can't find the key.
Yes.
The dongle.
Because they've got the memory stick. Yeah. Memory stick. They've got that.
From when they shot Ballard. But, Wheeler has not got the dongle on him.
No.
He stashed it somewhere.
So they need to interrogate him. So they head off to their black site, which is a submarine. We get introduced to the submarine at this point. It was the first time we see it. Dockside. Yep. There's loads of
more docking. There's a submarine dock.
Yep.
The USB's docked.
Everything's
Van Damme's docked.
Yeah, he has docked. Yeah, it's there's a load of CIA people heading towards this submarine, and they kind of board, and they see another person who's hooded and drugged and being taken aboard.
Yeah, in a wheelchair.
John
Doe.
Yeah, we don't know who that is.
No.
And we're kind of back to the beginning again now, aren't we? That's kind of how he got there.
Yeah, there's a really boring bit about the CIA goons that get the tour of the submarine.
Yeah, this is the room because they want to see the room he'll be staying in.
Yeah.
He said
padding.
At one point,
it's really padding it out.
Even if there's a piece of floss, he'll be able to escape.
Yeah,
well, that's impressive because it's not the strongest stuff.
And he'll kill you all.
Floss. Yeah.
And the only other thing probably worth mentioning in that bit is that we're introduced to 2 CIA agents. Yeah. Who have been put on the submarine as insurance to sort of, help guard.
So these are the young 2, aren't they? Yeah. So Ryan and Taylor.
Well, I'm glad you've said that.
Good.
Because I am certain they were introduced as Ryan and Taylor.
Yeah.
And then later on...
Not Ryan Taylor.
No, no, definitely they are the 2...
Agent Ryan, Agent Taylor.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then later on...
Yeah.
Which one's the lady? Taylor.
Yeah.
Later on, they call the male guy...
Yeah.
Something completely different. Several times. They don't call him Agent Ryan. They call him something else. Yeah. When we get there, I did write it down.
Yeah, we kind of get introduced to them. They seem they're like rookies, aren't they? They're all excited and new and not quite with the program as yet.
So yeah, you're right then. It cuts back to where we started. So Van Damme, Scott Wheeler, wakes up in his cell.
Yeah.
Back where the film started.
Yeah, and you see Dolph Lundgren now is doing loads of push-ups.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
it seems like he's been
bastard.
there for it seems like he's been there for a long time. 'Cause he was it? Did they say he was German? It's a German sleeper agent or something like that.
Yeah, that comes out later, but yeah, he's German special forces basically.
Yeah, and he's been there for a long time, so he's kind of used to the way it goes.
Yep.
He knows all the guards. Because the 2 guards turn up now to take Wheeler to his interrogation, don't they? And he says, he starts bantering with the 2 guards. Marco. Yeah, Marco does. And so they handcuff him and taser him again, and they take him to his interrogation room where he's going to be interrogated by a guy called Patrick Ferris.
So there's 2. All you need to know here, there's 2 CIA agents. One is Ferris, who is the guy who has done the arresting.
Yeah,
and he is basically leading this group that believes Scott Wheeler is a double agent.
Yeah,
and he's trying to sell
whatever's on this memory
whatever's
stick.
on the disc, and that he set up this ambush.
Yeah,
the other guy is Wheeler's boss.
Yeah,
who's kind of trying to vouch for him.
Yeah. He's called Rhodes.
Yeah. Gets bogged down this movie now for the next hour.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. There's going to be a lot of then this guy did this, then that guy did that, and this guy did this.
We probably don't need to touch on a lot of it.
Yeah. It does. It really does start trudging from this point onwards. So yeah, it turns out Rhodes was like his mentor or his, like you say, boss maybe, but I got him as mentor. So.
Well, Wheeler's totally selling all this torture that they're trying to do.
Yeah, because they've got a needle, haven't they? And they claim that injecting somebody in the eye is more like, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for?
I'm not sure.
What
are you grasping for?
I don't know.
They're talking about truth serum in
it's more effective is if it goes in through the eye rather than through a vein. That's what I was getting at. And so there's this scene where you get a real close-up of Jean-Claude Van Damme's eye with a needle right close to it.
But he does. He sells it, and they don't do it.
No-sells it, and they don't do it. They pull away at the last minute.
So there you go. They're broke. They're broke straight away.
Yeah, so he's already got the upper hand.
Yeah.
Because he knows now they're not going to torture him.
Yeah. They didn't pull any fingernails out or anything.
Didn't do anything. As soon as they were about to do it, the Ferris, he bottled it. And so that's when Rhodes comes in. Because Ferris calls him in, doesn't he? And says, look,
he said, yeah, you talk to him.
You talk to him. I'm lost.
I'm out of ideas.
Yeah,
I've done nothing.
I've not done anything yet, but I don't know what I'm doing. And that's when Rhodes kind of turns.
Yeah.
Because he shoots Ferris in the head and then takes out all of his goons at the same time in the room with Wheeler. And
it turns out Rhodes is the double agent.
It kind of lost me a little bit as well in the myriad of detail.
Everyone looks the same.
Everyone looks the same. You're never quite sure who's the bad guy and who's the good guy.
Well, because like Ferris and Rhodes look really similar.
Yeah.
And then Ballard, who's just died.
Yeah.
And then Agent Taylor, who's just been introduced.
Yeah, they're identical.
They look exactly the same.
They do, yeah.
2 dark-haired, slim brunette women.
Yeah.
Just it really annoyed me. It's like, can we have some blooming diversity in our casting department, please?
It's a real paint-by-numbers action film, but also it's so trudging in its detail that it gets complicated for no reason.
It's not clever.
It's not clever, no. It's just, this man's has he or hasn't he got a memory stick that they want? End of film. And it's like,
got escape out of a submarine. Yeah. Let's just have some fun.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, so anyway, Rhodes takes out Ferris and his men, and so now he's in charge, and he starts trying to make Wheeler talk.
Yeah, so he basically buys the crew of the sub.
Yeah.
So
because the sub's set up weird, isn't it? Because the CIA section and the captain and the crew are different. Yeah. Areas,
so we're at this level, this prison level is run by these mercenaries basically, and Rhodes immediately buys them and says, "Right, I'm paying you. Do what I say.
Do what I say now. Follow."
And
me.
then up above, you've got like the captain, the actual Navy people.
Yeah.
Can I just say at this point as well?
Yeah.
This doesn't look like a submarine at any point.
No. There's one door that looks like a submarine door, but other than that, you're right. It doesn't.
Yeah. When they get to like the control room later.
Yeah. It looked like this room.
It's well shoddy.
It was well shoddy.
It's not good set design.
No. Every shot of the submarine going through the water is really bad CGI as well.
Oh yeah, or library footage when it's like coasting along the surface.
Yeah. But all the while this is going on, Wheeler is dislocating his thumb.
Yeah.
Because he's got his hands in handcuffs behind his back. And you can see, you get this occasional image of him like dislocating his own thumb to get out of the handcuffs without anybody noticing, which he does.
So he's obviously still not turned.
Yeah.
Because the reason he knew Rhodes was the bad guy before he shot everyone was that Rhodes came in and asked for the dongle.
Yeah.
Whereas the guy before, Ferris, had been asking for the memory stick.
Yeah.
So there you go.
There's
There's no flies on Wheeler.
He kind of figured it out straight away. I'm glad you explained that because I missed that.
Oh, did you? Okay.
There's more aimless shooting at this point, and eventually he dives through the plate glass window.
He does, yeah.
Because it's like one of those double mirrored.
Famously difficult to break in
yeah.
any other TV show or movie.
Yeah.
You know, in the interrogation room where someone always lobs a chair at the mirror.
Yeah, and nobody on the other side even hears it happen.
No, and they don't even flinch because it just goes.
Yeah.
No, Van Damme straight through
Dives through it.
Cannonballs it.
Head first. Takes out a guy when he lands, and he takes out a load more goons in there. And he ends up eventually getting shut in a room with Ryan and Taylor.
Yeah, so they've turned back up because they'd gone away for, I don't know,
she had a bit of a breakdown when they were about to inject him in the eye. She had to go and get some fresh air.
Oh yeah, she went a bit.
She went a bit sicky.
Yeah,
she was like she was going to vom.
Yeah,
and he'd gone off to help her,
hold her hair back.
Yeah, exactly that.
I'm not saying that to be like horrible, but I had a real problem with. This film was not good at portraying its women strongly.
No, not at all.
Not positive at all. And that really annoyed me. There's a bit later on.
Because you've always been a feminist.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I know.
I live in a house full of women.
That's true.
I had a real problem with how, they were not portrayed well.
They were none of them
at all.
Even because, is it Taylor now? Yeah, Taylor's the lady, isn't it?
Yeah.
She kind of becomes main cast from this point on.
Correct.
And even she's treated like an idiot.
Yeah,
all the way through. But we'll come to that, I guess. But anyway, yeah. So he ends up getting shut in a room with her and Ryan and Taylor, who was a male and a female. It's really confusing. They're both got first names. I don't like it. And Rhodes they're kind of locked in this room, but Rhodes is trying to talk them into handing him over.
So Rhodes and his goons are still in the interrogation room.
Yeah.
They're outside in the corridor, and there's a really boring. It's got no tension in it whatsoever. And Rhodes is trying to convince them. Oh, you know, it's the other agent who's gone rogue. And come on, give us Wheeler back. And Van Damme Wheeler is there saying, no, don't believe him. And it's totally devoid of any tension or interest.
And it goes on for ages.
Yeah, it felt like a long time. So Ryan and Taylor decide to believe Wheeler, and they all leg it.
Yes. So Rhodes realises they've gone, so he raises the alarm on the ship.
Yeah.
So all this like submarine alarm sound goes off.
Yeah.
You know the noise. I don't know what it does, but you know or maybe I'll cut it in. And I probably won't. Editing takes ages as it is. And Wheeler kind of steals Taylor's gun at this point.
Yeah, again, they have another sort of they're going to work together, are they friends? And
she has a bit of a crisis of confidence of whether she should have trusted him or not.
At this point, I'm like, can I just watch Dolph Lundgren doing press-ups for the next 45 minutes?
No, you can't. You definitely can't. But yeah, so he takes her gun and then instantly gives her another one.
Yep.
He finds one in a cupboard. He's like, oh, just have this one instead. I'd be like, well, I want mine back.
So they decide they need to get to the comms room to raise the alarm, basically.
Yeah, so they head towards the control comms room, don't they? And it doesn't take very long to get there. It's literally the next door. It's the next corridor.
Yeah. They walk round the corner. Oh, here's the comms room.
Well, they don't all walk around the corner because Taylor walks around the corner.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, you've walked around the corner now. You might as well go in there. Because we haven't yet, and it might be dangerous. So Ryan and Van Damme stay where they were, and Taylor heads off into the control room to try, because they're trying to raise the communications boy, aren't they? So
not yet. They're just trying to use the radio.
What are they trying to do?
Use the radio
to contact
the man.
Which man?
I guess the Navy.
The actual captain.
Either the captain or are they going out to the people? It doesn't matter. They're trying to raise the alarm.
They're trying to, the
good people.
So the bad people are bearing down on them.
Yep.
They've kind of figured out, well, they're obviously going to head to the control room. That's the obvious choice. And
they set up an ambush.
Yeah. So they're waiting for them to peek their heads around the corner. Ryan peeks his head around the corner and gets shot in the neck.
Whammo.
Down. Doesn't die straight away. Just kind of bleeds out on the floor. And then there's another shootout.
Yep.
So there's more aimless shooting from the bad guys.
Yeah, that was a real.
She was a sitting duck in that room.
They couldn't hit Taylor to save her life. She was just standing up.
Couldn't hit a barn door with a banjo.
Behind the glass in the control room.
Yeah.
They couldn't hit Wheeler, obviously.
No.
But one shot and got the guy who's the least famous, least important guy.
Just poked his head around the door and instantly gets shot in the neck, but nobody else can shoot anybody.
Other than that, obviously, Van Damme's the only person who can shoot straight.
Yeah.
So he's probably killed another 15 people.
Yeah, he takes them all out again, and him and Ryan managed to get away.
I'm pretty sure as well, in this close, confined space, that the bullets would be ricocheting.
Should you fire a bullet in a submarine? Is it dangerous?
Probably not right.
Right
at the. Probably not right by the wall, but this is like portrayed as like
they're like pressurized environment.
The hugest submarine with floors, corridors, prisons.
Yeah, yeah. So they managed to get away, and
the submarine's like the Overlook Hotel. Because the map just wouldn't make any sense.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't. I get you now.
There's like walls leading to corridors.
I thought I'd missed a whole chunk of it being haunted. Yeah, so they get away, and Rhodes and his goons head towards where Ryan is, who's gone down, and they kind of execute him, don't they? They finish him off.
Yep.
Shot in the head. He's done. He's gone. We're out. He's done.
Yeah. So it's this point where Taylor tells Wheeler that they need to get the submarine to the surface so that they can release the comms boy.
Yeah.
Which is a boy, not a little person to send out with a message.
But to do that, they need to get into the captain side of the ship.
Yeah.
And the only person who has the key, I didn't catch this guy's name. Is it Kingsley or Keesley?
Yeah, so he's like
it's really funny.
I think it's Kingsley. I think he was the leader of the mercenaries.
I've written Keesley because he'd got the key.
So there's this like door, isn't there? Bow access door.
Yeah, so it's the way to get to
need to get through
controls of the ship, but he's the only one with a key. Yeah. He's like one of the mercenaries, isn't he? He's working for Rhodes now. My next note says, stabs a guard in the dick, slashes his throat. But I don't remember what context that was in, but he did do that.
Okay.
So where are we? Where are they now?
They decide how they say, how are we going to get the submarine to the surface?
Yeah. So they head down to the bows of the ship.
So they go into the boiler room, don't they?
Yeah. It is the Overlook. Yeah, and so on the way there, the guy who's guarding that gets stabbed in the dick and gets his throat slashed.
Yeah. And then it turns out that conveniently Taylor must be some kind of engineering genius.
Yeah.
Because she knows exactly which valves they need to turn to.
It turns out all you need to do to make a submarine leak is turn two little wheels.
Yep.
And it increces the pressure in the engine.
Pressurize one of the vessels and
the whole thing just starts leaking water. It's really easy.
Yeah.
Because Van Damme makes a point. He's like, I remember when it used to be so easy, it was the red wire or the blue wire. And I'm sitting there thinking, you've got two white steering wheels in front of your hands. That's literally all you need to do.
And then she's like, oh, it's a bit heavy. Can you do it?
Yeah.
So Van Damme has to turn it.
Because he's the action hero. And anyway, this pressure builds up and eventually a pipe bursts and kills a dude.
I will remind you, he looks like a baked potato with mumps. He is not an action hero.
Oh. You got me. Where are we? Oh, and they eventually get this door open, don't they? Or a door.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they open the door,
so I was confused. This really confused me.
This wasn't the door; it was a door.
No, but I thought it was the door.
I did as well.
I thought that they were. This is going to sound really stupid. I thought that they had done this and overpressurized it, so the mechanics would come down through the door, and so they would go through the other way.
Yeah,
but that's not what happened.
That's not what happened because they go to a door, which is not the door. And they open. Van Damme leans against the wall and tells her to open the door, which she does.
He's an absolute shit.
Yeah, he is.
Like he opens the door, so he's behind it.
Yeah,
and she's not even got a gun up.
Yeah,
in case there's anyone behind it.
She's standing full frontal to the door now. She's not naked, but full frontal to the door. And there's a goon on the other side with just a gun who shoots her in the stomach.
Yeah, what a knobhead.
Why Van Damme's hiding behind the door? He may be an action hero, but he's no hero.
Van Damme kills him. Basically.
He does, yeah. She gets shot, he kills him.
And then, this made me laugh. I really laughed at this.
Yeah.
We don't know any difference. So Taylor's dead. She's been shot in the stomach.
Yeah.
Van Damme kills the guy from out behind the door.
He didn't kill him, I don't think. Because he
comes
back,
whatever.
That guy comes back later on.
He
uppercuts him in the dick and then bashes his head into the wall. And then that guy comes back later on.
He likes a low blow, doesn't he?
He does.
Anyway,
that guy comes back later on with
he sees him off.
Yeah.
And he just turns around to Taylor, who's on the floor, and goes, "Good job it wasn't a live round."
What?
And she's like, "Oh yeah, it is actually, isn't it?"
Yeah, and she just gets up.
And you're like, why is he the only person who's not using real bullets?
Yeah.
That's a bit convenient.
Fucking hell. And
this is garbage. Right.
And then
I don't mind if it's fun.
Yeah.
This isn't fun.
It's not fun. There's nothing.
It takes itself so seriously.
That's what I said to you, didn't I? I said last week, if I can only get on board with an action movie if it doesn't take itself seriously. And on board is a good pun there, but I've done it. And it does. It takes itself far too seriously, and it's just not fun. And an action movie should always be fun.
Van Damme is so straight-laced. Yeah. He is... I don't know if it's because he can't smile, because he's got so much Botox in him, but, he's bad. He's really bad.
Yeah. And all the while, there's an action hero being completely wasted.
He's on the bench.
All the way through this film.
It's like, get him in the game.
Yeah.
We all came to see Dolph.
Yeah, we did. Well, I certainly did. And we have not, so far,
I'm not happy at this point. We're now, like... over an hour in,
yeah,
and I think I've been sold a pup. Where's my Dolph Lundgren movie?
Yeah, exactly right. It is exactly right. There is no... Even the trailer had a lot of Dolph Lundgren. There's probably as much Dolph Lundgren in the trailer as there is in this film.
I think I'm considering trading standards.
I think you might be right. But anyway, back to the film. We'll come to that more at the end. It doesn't get any better because they go now to like a medical bay so she can sort herself out.
She's got a bruise.
She's got a bruise or a cut or something in her stomach. And he stands there while she patches herself up, which we've seen a lot in this season. I was going to point out to you. This is the third time we've seen a woman applying bandages to herself and after being shot or stabbed.
Yeah.
This is the third time.
Self-surgery type stuff.
Because it happened in Hush.
Yeah.
It happened in...
What Keeps You Alive.
What Keeps You Alive, and now it's happening in this as well. But he just stood there. He didn't even offer to help her.
He's a total pig.
He's a total pig. And that's when we find out at this point that Rhodes was the guy who recruited Wheeler. So he was like, because you get recruited into the CIA, don't you, from whatever job you're doing. And we also find out that the files on the memory stick details how they activate special agents, like sleeper agents.
Totally missed that.
Yeah, that's what it.
Okay. I just thought we never found out.
No, we found out that the details are the details of the sleeper agents. And
I'm glad we can cover for each other in a bit that we just seem to have missed.
Just don't care about. Yeah, so it's details of who the sleeper agents are and how you activate them. That's what he says is on the dongle and the files.
The valves get fixed.
It's within like 2 minutes.
Disaster averted. Well, all they have to do is turn the wheel back the other way. That's probably why.
But a pipe definitely exploded and killed the dude.
Yeah, there was like rivets popping out everywhere, wasn't there?
Definitely. It killed that man. As soon as it's fixed as well, the alarm that's been going this whole time just stops.
Yeah.
So now they know that it's fixed and they're back on. So it brought them a little bit of time, but really not much. It brought them enough time to open a door, get shot in the stomach and patch it up. That's all that happened in that time. It was a completely wasted bit of film. And then you get to meet the captain at this point.
Yeah.
So he's having a conversation with Kingsley over the
Just
radio.
say Kingsley. You're making it far more complicated.
I want to call him Keasley because he had the key. He's having a conversation with Kingsley over the radio about what the hell's going on, because he's completely unaware of what happens, and he wants to surface the vessel.
Oh, he's a total drip. I know he's underwater. No,
the
captain.
Yeah, he is.
He can't make a decision to save his life.
No,
he's in charge of a submarine.
But there's only 2 crew on his submarine.
I know, yeah.
He decides he wants to surface the vessel because of what's happened, because obviously he's aware that some it started leaking at one point. But Kingsley kind of talks him out of it, and Rhodes says, I'll go and talk to the captain. You continue to try and find Wheeler and Taylor. So that's what it does. So Rhodes heads through. Rhodes gets the key off Kingsley.
Yep.
Which is the key that they've been trying to get for the whole film. He just gives it to him and heads up to see the captain.
Finally, Wheeler and Taylor realise they need some help.
Yes.
And Wheeler says, I think I know someone who might be able to help us.
Yeah.
So they go and see Marco
Polo.
I don't think we ever got a surname.
No, I don't think we did.
So we'll go with Polo. And they have a chat through the cell door.
Yeah. He basically just says, are you up for a fight? I don't know what's going to happen, but come and have a fight with us.
Yeah.
That's basically all he says. That's how it goes, isn't it?
Which is where you find out it was German special forces.
Yeah, and so they figure out how to open the cell, but you don't find out. They don't show you. They just tell you that the cell's been opened.
Yeah.
How did they open the cell?
You didn't see them open it,
No.
did you? Because they went back to the control room and the captain's like, a cell door's open.
Yeah.
Minor detail.
Yeah. So anyway,
That's not that
we've activated Dolph Lundgren.
get in the way of the plot. Yeah.
Hopefully,
Lundgren's off the bench.
Yeah. There's probably half an hour left.
Yeah.
And he's finally doing something.
Yeah.
And he kind of takes control, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he's badass.
Yeah. So there's a bit of a fight. They instantly have a bit of a fight.
So they have Taylor's like playing possum.
Yeah.
So she's pretending to be like wounded on the floor.
Yeah.
And Kingsley and his goons all come past.
Yeah.
and they get in a massive fight.
Yeah. So and
some dude gets stabbed in the shoe.
yeah, Taylor does that. No. Yeah. Is she Taylor?
Yeah, I think she does.
I can never remember if she's Ryan or Taylor. It's Taylor. Ryan's dead.
Yeah.
Forget about Ryan. Yeah, she stabs him in the shoe. Jean-Claude Van Damme gets one in like a triangle choke.
He does, yeah.
And chokes one out.
Like thunder thighs him.
Yeah. And
Lundgren just punches someone to death.
Literally, I've written that down.
He's just like batters him.
Just punches him until he dies.
Yes.
That's exactly what happened. So they all have that's their free takedown moves, isn't it? Their finishing moves.
Yeah, but then this is the point where obviously Lundgren just punches this guy to death.
Yeah.
Van Damme chokes the guy out with his sexual thunder thighs.
Yeah.
And Taylor really struggles.
Yeah, she's being strangled on the floor. She's lying on the floor and there's a guy strangling her.
And I was watching it. I was like, if one of them comes and saves her now, I am going to be so annoyed because that is just out of order.
Yeah.
But in the end, she shoots him in the head.
She manages to get his gun and shoot him in his own head. And then
that was all right.
Yeah, it was
suddenly
fine.
It's picked up a bit.
Yeah,
Lundgren's in the mix.
It was a good fight scene.
Yeah,
it was. It was the first non-gunfight scene that we've seen.
And then they do like a fake capture bit.
Yeah, because they get this guy's radio.
Yeah,
and they pretend to be that guy.
So there's all they've got left now is like Kingsley and his like 3 or 4 immediate goons, and they're radioing this group, say what's going on.
Yeah,
and Lundgren gets on the radio because he's the only one who's actually got an American accent, and he basically acts out. Oh yeah, we've got them, and
they've been captured, and
gunshots.
Yeah,
he punches Van Damme in the gut.
Yeah,
so he's like, look, here you go. Look,
now you talk.
Make some sounds like you're in pain.
Yeah, all the while firing his gun off, and
again,
Taylor's firing her gun off.
It's fun because it's a bit of banter.
Yeah,
and it's a bit rapid fire. And
this is what it should have been all the way through.
I've just put Lundgren is already the best thing about this film
by far.
He's only been in it for about 6 minutes.
Yeah, this is what it should have been, the two of them all the way through.
Yeah,
it's such a missed opportunity. And meanwhile, Rhodes and the captain are together, and Rhodes is trying to convince him not to surface the submarine.
Yeah, he says, just give me a bit more time.
Buy me a bit more time underwater, and we'll... Because he says basically there's been a bit of confusion downstairs.
He's now lying and saying Kingsley's gone rogue.
Yeah.
Just lies upon lies upon lies.
The captain buys it and he says, look, we're heading to Havana.
Yeah.
And we won't surface until we get there, basically. So you've got, I think he said 10 minutes. It's not long. 11 clicks, I think it was. And so he says basically you've got this time now to sort your shit out. It's basically what he says to him.
Yeah. Meanwhile, our trio of heroes on the radio, they've said to Kingsley, right, we've got Wheeler as prisoner.
Yeah.
We'll meet you in the mess hall. We'll bring him up.
Yeah, we'll bring him up to you. This bit made me it was so funny how stupid it was. It was so easy.
Yeah.
It was like, so Wheeler goes in first.
Yeah. At gunpoint.
At gunpoint. But Lundgren, you can't see Lundgren, you just see a gun.
Yeah.
So they don't know who's got him at gunpoint. Taylor kind of sneaks around through a different door.
Somehow.
Yeah. And then they all end up dead.
Yeah. So she's flanked them, she's got behind them.
Yeah.
And Lundgren stays in the shadows out of shot.
Yeah.
Which she'd never do.
Yeah.
Instantly you'd be asking questions.
Well, she would.
Where's the rest of the squad?
Yeah.
And
Wheeler's standing there completely unarmed.
Yeah.
Hands tied up in front of him. And then so Lundgren just bursts in, takes everybody out. Taylor takes a couple out. It was just
Goon squad's all gone.
Yeah, everybody's gone.
And just Kingsley's left.
Yeah. Because he managed to get away somehow.
Yeah, well, they wound him, don't they? And he's pinned to the ground. And they go.
Yeah.
They leave him. They leave Kingsley to Dolph Lundgren.
Because
Marco.
he'd been...
Because he's been in prison for so long.
He's been in prison for so long and Kingsley's in charge.
He's been his chief tormentor.
Yeah, so they say, thanks for your help, Dolph. We'll see you around.
Here's a present. Do what you want with this guy.
That's the end of him. That's it.
Do you know how much screen time Dolph Lundgren's got in this film?
Go on.
How long did we say this film was?
1 hour and 44 minutes, 104 minutes.
Do you want to guess?
No more than 20.
Keep going down.
15?
Less.
10?
Slightly more. 13 minutes is of screen time.
That's criminal. It is so criminal. If this film's cast backwards, do that the other way around. Make Lundgren your main star and Jean-Claude Van Damme your cameo. 13 minutes?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
I can see you fuming.
I am. I was fuming already, and now I'm even more fuming. Then they just go and see the captain, because this door that's been everybody's problem all the way through, Rhodes obviously just left it open. Because
I think so. They've just strolled up to
they're just on the bridge, which isn't a bridge. There's not even any windows.
No.
Do you have Windows on a sub?
No.
Probably not. But there's only like 2 computer monitors in there. It literally looks like an office.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It's got a table, 2 computers, and a radar.
Yeah.
So they're all in there. So there's the captain's in there. Rhodes is in there. Captain's 2 crewmen are in there. Generic crewmen.
So there's
Wheeler's in there. Taylor's in there.
Yeah. So there's another bit, which I feel we've now seen this scene about 4 times in this movie, where Rhodes is there going, believe me, this is what's happening. And Taylor's like, no, he's the bad guy.
He's the bad guy.
And you can literally, it focuses in on the captain. I don't even know if you ever get his name.
I don't think
and
you do.
you can literally see the cogs turning in his brain.
Yeah.
Who shall I believe?
Yeah.
What do I need to do?
So there's this little room. There's 8 people in there.
Yeah.
Then that goon turns up who didn't get killed earlier on.
Yeah.
He turns up. So it's ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. But eventually, Rhodes realises that he's about to get
Yeah, he
the
just gets
captain
bored of lying.
Yeah, I think the captain's about to make him. What was that? I don't know what that was. If you heard that, I don't apologize. I don't know what it was. Yeah, so he realises the captain's about to change allegiances and go for him. So he gets the captain and grabs him around the throat and holds him at gunpoint. So there's a bit of a standoff, isn't there?
Yeah.
Because everybody's got guns pointed at everybody. So Rhodes decides, I know what I'll do. I'll shoot the captain in the leg.
Yeah.
So he does that. The captain goes down. And he basically tells the captain to surface the vessel. Get this ship.
Surface before you dock.
Yeah.
Sensible advice.
Yeah. Stop saying dock. So basically he wants the crew to come to the surface before you get to the land. Because obviously he's got a way of getting away. He's trying to get away, isn't he?
Yeah. He is. Yeah.
And then somebody else enters the room. Who enters the room, Nick? In this room that's already got 10 people in.
It's only bloody Agent Ballard.
Bloody Agent Ballard turns up. The one who got killed at the beginning.
What a twist.
Who isn't
Oh
dead?
my god, I did not care.
No, nor me. She's not dead. She was the woman in the wheelchair, or the person in the wheelchair we saw getting on the ship earlier.
Yeah.
She turns out she's been there the whole time.
Yeah.
Just sitting in an engine room waiting for somebody to call her.
And the whole thing at the start in Mobile, Alabama
Yeah.
was a setup. She's
Yeah.
been working with Rhodes all along.
Working with Rhodes all along because she just wants some money.
I'd forgotten this person existed.
Yeah.
It's had zero impact.
Yeah.
They still haven't got the dongle.
No. I don't even know where the dongle is.
No.
Oh, she asks him where the dongle is.
Yeah.
And he went, oh, it's in a safety deposit box.
Yeah.
I've not even got it. It's not even on this submarine. We're not even in this country now because we're in fucking Cuba.
Yeah.
She kisses him and he manages to turn a phone on.
Yeah, so...
But it doesn't tell you who the phone's
There's
connected
still,
to.
like you say, 10 people in this room.
Yeah.
She goes and gives him a snog.
Yeah.
Some quip about, I turned against you, but I do miss the bone zone. So as they're mid-snog,
Yeah.
because he can't possibly turn her down.
No. He actually kisses her
Horrible
back
guy.
as well.
Yeah.
Even though she's just ruined his life.
He manages to
He turned...
turn this knob. Sorry, that's a bad choice of words, given what he's doing. He turns the radio on.
He turns the radio on, but we'd
So
never
it's
find out who
broadcasting.
that's connected to.
Well, yeah, so it's either recording or broadcasting.
Yeah.
To exonerate them later on, I
Yeah.
guess.
I guess so.
Because Rhodes is now going, this is my plan all along. Give me the dongle, I will have millions of dollars.
So Wheeler says, I'll tell you where the dongle is. And then there's another gunfight in this tiny little room.
Yep.
The guns start firing all over the place.
There is one point in this gunfight where Agent Taylor hides behind this console.
Yeah.
And it is so small. It is not hiding her at all.
No, it's not.
Like, her head's fully out, her legs fully... And still no one shoots her.
No.
And it actually made me laugh that
Yeah,
I was supposed to believe she was in cover. And
It was bullshit. So the 2 crew men get killed, the generic crew guys.
Yeah.
We never find out who they are. The captain and
I'm not sure I was entirely comfortable that they were the minority guys as well.
Yeah, one was Asian, one was black.
Yeah.
Yeah. The captain manages to get a gun. He shoots the goon guy. But at the same time gets killed himself.
Yeah, he gets
They
mown
kind of
down properly.
double down each other,
Yeah.
don't they? Ballard, she manages to leg it.
Yeah, she escapes.
She just runs away. And
Taylor, Rhodes gets Taylor.
Yeah.
She scratches his face.
Yeah.
And Wheeler shoots Rhodes dead.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't. Did he shoot him dead? No, he doesn't shoot him.
He shoots him.
He shoots him.
Definitely shoots him.
Yeah,
I
he's
don't
not
know if
dead because he runs away.
Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, Taylor manages to scratch his face because that's the only weapon that women have.
Yeah.
Long fingernails.
Oh, no, he does shoot him dead.
Yeah, he does kill him. I don't think he comes back.
No, it's Ballard that runs out.
Yeah, Ballard.
And she gets out the hatch.
Yeah, because the captain had opened the hatch because they'd surfaced.
Yeah.
So she gets out. They all get out. Well, Wheeler and Taylor get out, but they immediately get arrested.
Yeah, and even though Ballard had got out 5 seconds before him,
she'd vanished.
She's gone.
Yeah, it was literally that as well. She ran out. A couple of seconds later, they run out. She's managed to escape from on top of a submarine in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Some cops, I guess.
Yeah, like
turn up,
Navy
generic policemen.
Yeah, whatever.
Turn up on. They arrest Wheeler and Taylor on top of the submarine at gunpoint, and then suddenly we're at the Pentagon.
Yep.
Quick cut to a bit of a library stock footage of the Pentagon. We're nearly there, I promise. And Taylor and Wheeler are in a meeting.
Oh, Ed, can I just say, I know I've belabored this point a lot.
Yeah.
Van Damme looks even older in this
when
point.
he's all done up.
Yeah.
He's got a nice shirt on. He's got his hair done nice.
And he's got these like purple Tony Stark glasses.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to look like Tony Stark.
Yeah, I think he was.
And
or Edgar Davids.
He looks like Cliff Richard's been on the juice.
It does look a bit like Cliff Richard.
Or he looks like 90s singer Anastasia with an eating disorder. I'm not sure.
Where have you pulled Anastasia from?
Oh, it's just the same glasses.
I've not thought about Anastasia.
All out of love set me free. What a tune that was.
That was a banger. Anyway, we're in a meeting.
It doesn't look good. That's my point.
It's a clusterfuck. Basically, the guy says it's a clusterfuck. This all happened somewhere that doesn't exist.
So we can't blame anyone.
Make any reports on it. Nobody can get blamed for it. Ballard's in the wind. They've got she's got the memory stick. Nobody still knows where this fucking dongle is. And we're done, basically. But she's somewhere in South America.
So the CIA guy. Well, I can't say CIA. It's really difficult. He says that they want to find out who was going to pay Rhodes.
Yeah.
All this money.
This all needs investigating.
For whatever was on this memory stick.
Plus, we need to get the memory stick back.
And so he's putting a team together to find out who it was.
Who's on the team?
And take the buyer down.
How exciting.
Who's on the team? So Agent Taylor.
Yeah.
And Scott Wheeler.
Oh, the only two that are still alive?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Excellent.
Sequel.
Fucking hope not. So they walk out of this meeting.
Yeah,
she says to him, so where is the dongle? And he went, I told you, it's in a safety deposit box.
Like, that's supposed to be funny?
Yeah, because that's what he told Ballard where. That's where it was. And that's where it is. Because when on earth he had time to do that, I have no idea. Because he was heading, he got from the minute Ballard got killed, he did 3 hours. I suppose in that 3-hour drive, he could have done it. But he was going to meet his handler with the drive.
Yeah. He even says something like, I just took it to a bank.
But he can't have. There was no
just
time.
Like, well, I haven't done any secret agent shit. He says or something like that.
He does say that. Yeah, I've not done any secret agent shit. But he didn't have any time because he was going to meet the handler.
But it just falls so flat.
Yeah,
bullshit. Van Damme is so plastic. I'm not saying wooden. He's just he can't deliver.
No, he's awful.
Anything.
He needs to stick
it's
to
not
Coors
funny.
Lights adverts.
Oh my word!
But he had no time to put that in a safety deposit box because he was going to meet his handler, and so he would have took it with him.
Yeah.
And then he got captured whilst he was with his handler. That's bullshit. I think he was lying. I think it's in his pocket. And then you get a little cut back. We get to meet Dolph again.
Yeah. So we see Ballard first.
Yeah. So
it's mentioned in their meeting that she's been seen in South America a couple of times.
Yeah.
But no one's been able to track her down.
Yeah, Peru, I think it said.
Yeah.
Because they docked in Cuba.
Yeah.
She's now in Peru. So she's in a bank and she's getting some money in a bag.
Yeah.
She's obviously
got a massive hat on.
Huge hat.
Like she's been to the races.
Yeah. She gets in a car. Somebody knocks on the window of the car. She winds the window down and she gets shot in the head with a silenced pistol.
Yeah.
And she's dead. The end of. Then Wheeler gets a phone call while he's still standing outside the Pentagon, and it's Marco.
Yep.
So Marco shot Ballard in the head, and then your film ends.
Yeah, he says we're now even.
We're even.
Maybe we'll see each other again in the future.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Let's hope not.
Yeah, me too. How did Dolph Lundgren get off this boat, this submarine?
That is another good question.
Because
why did he not get arrested?
We saw
all these policemen turned up.
Yeah, exactly. We saw that SWAT team get onto the submarine.
Yeah.
Are they that crap at searching the thing?
Yeah, there must have been.
That's
a great question. I didn't even care enough to think about that. But you're right.
Also, when he goes and assassinates Ballard,
in
his, he's a
got
special
a Hawaiian shirt on.
Yeah, he's a special forces guy.
Yeah.
He is in the loudest Hawaiian shirt I've ever seen in my life. It's like electric blue.
Yeah. So, thoughts?
Oh, this was really, really disappointing.
It's one of the worst we've seen for a while.
Really disappointing. I thought this would be a real fun time, and the first 15 minutes were pretty good.
Yeah.
And then it just went off a cliff.
It's such a shame because if you don't have fun with an action film, you just end up with a boring film. And
so straight-laced. And it wasn't even so bad it's good.
Yeah.
Because it took itself so seriously.
Every action scene in it is a gunfight when these two are
Van Damme
karate
clearly
experts.
Yeah, Van Damme can't do it anymore. He can't go.
There
There was loads of chances where he could have.
Whether Lundgren can.
Yeah, I know, but at least he's having fun.
11 minutes.
He's having fun with it though. He shows charisma.
Yeah, definitely.
In the 13 minutes he's on screen, Van Damme is on for an hour and 40 minutes, and he has got no charisma whatsoever.
It's just boring. There's no fun action scenes. There's no like good fight scenes. There's no good choreography. There's no even like bouncing off the wall shooting and things like that.
Even like the
It's
bad
two
guys,
old men shooting at
they're not
young men who can't shoot.
Yeah, even the bad guys, they're not hamming it up.
No
one's chewing any scenery.
It's just boring. So boring.
I was really disappointed.
Yeah,
because I thought we were in for a right laugh.
Yeah, on paper it should be, and like I said, I don't watch a lot of action films, but an action film's got to be fun for it to work for me.
This kind of falls in that category we've mentioned before. Like, who is this for?
Yeah, it's aimed at Jean-Claude Van Damme fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are there any of them left?
If there are, they're not watching his later stuff. They're watching his early stuff.
Do you know his kid's in this as well?
Yeah, I noticed that on IMDb.
And I can't remember. I haven't written it down.
Chris.
I haven't got his name.
Chris Van Damme, I think.
He's been in like 10 of his dad's films.
Nepotism.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting great things, but I was expecting it at least to be fun. And no, it wasn't. It was a slog.
It was pointless as well. I just didn't care about this.
I thought, what a great premise. Yeah. You know, an undersea fortified submarine prison. There's loads of fun you could have with that.
Yeah.
Go wild.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
There was no even like quips, one-liners.
And at the end of the film, the dongle is still with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah,
and the memory stick is still not with him. It is with Ballard. Do the dongle and the memory stick end up where they started?
No, so we're not sure about the memory stick because
she's definitely got something. She's gone to a bank at the end.
Yeah, either Ballard's got it and she's sold it the half of the memory stick because that's what her and Rhodes say they're going to do, or Rhodes had it and the CIA's retrieved it.
I think Ballard
it's not made clear.
It's not made clear, but I think Ballard had it because she ended up in that bank at the end
with all the money. You can assume that, but you don't know for sure. Yeah.
No, but if that's the case, then it ended up exactly where it started. She had that. He had the dongle.
Yeah. So
the whole thing.
She possibly has sold the memory stick to her buyer.
Yeah.
They can't do much with it.
Yeah.
If they haven't got the dongle, although I can't imagine it's that difficult to hack into a dongle-less memory stick.
She says at one point in that room that it's worth a lot more with the dongle than it is without. So why is she not now still going after the dongle? Wheeler's.
But she's not had to split the money with anyone, has she?
No.
So if she has sold it,
she could have easily kept going after Jean-Claude Van Damme. Though.
Yeah.
He's got a broken arm at the end somehow.
Plus, Lundgren just iced her. They didn't ask. They didn't ask her who did you sell it to? Where's it? Which have it given that Wheeler and Taylor had just been put on a team to find out exactly that.
Yeah.
Who is the person who wanted to buy this off you? Yeah. Why have you just iced her without?
There's no way of knowing now.
Yeah.
You're never going to know.
So they've just like shut the whole thing down.
The whole film is pointless.
Yeah.
The whole film is pointless because it ends up with her with the memory stick and him with the dongle.
What a shit show.
Absolute bollocks. It's absolute bollocks. It's awful. The more I think about it, the more I hated it.
It's so bad.
It really was. It was. What I also found really difficult was getting a trivia question.
Okay.
Because there's not a lot of visual stuff going on. You're in a boat the whole time.
Everything's
nothing
grey
to be observant about. So I have got one, but I think it's really difficult.
I've got one as well.
Ahead.
I hope it's not similar to yours, the same as yours.
Is it your turn to go first?
I think so.
Okay, do you want to hit me with your trivia question?
So I have based mine on Dolph Lundgren.
So we're still at 2-1 each.
Yeah.
2-1. I'm at 2, you're at 1 after 8 episodes.
I've based mine on Dolph Lundgren because
we have got a different one.
He is the best thing about this film. So when he is in his cell, in the background, he's usually reading.
Yeah.
Well, he's either reading or meditating.
Yeah.
Or he's doing push-ups. Yeah. But he's also a bit of an artist.
Okay.
Because there's a load of drawings on his wall.
Yeah.
So there's quite a few. I'm going to be really nice to you.
Okay.
And if you can tell me what one of the sketches are on the wall on or what one of the sketches are of that's on his prison wall, you can have a point. I've actually took a photo. I've actually got a screenshot.
You got a screenshot?
Yeah.
I feel like
there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 sketches in view.
I don't know if I paid that much attention. I feel like there was a portrait. It's like a self-portrait, maybe. That's going to be my answer. Is there a self-portrait on there?
There is not.
Oh.
Incorrect. Good guess, though.
So what is there?
So there's like a man in a baseball cap who looks a bit like Nicolas Cage, actually.
Okay.
Maybe we'll tweet this photo. There are some portraits of ladies in quite scantily clad / naked. There are some boobs. Yeah. There is a rose.
Right.
And then there is a lovely mountain range.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Are we sure the man in the cap isn't a self-portrait?
Hang on, let me zoom in. This makes for great podcasting. He's got a beard.
Okay, so it's
and a goatee. So I'll pass it over because I think he does look a bit like Cage.
That's definitely a picture of Nicolas Cage.
Do you reckon?
100%.
No, this film isn't that clever. And why would it be? But it does look like Nicolas Cage.
That's definitely Nicolas Cage. Your phone back.
Thanks.
Okay, so I've still only got 2 out of 9 now. You've only got 1 out of 9, so you might be able to pull this. I don't think you're going to get this.
Thanks.
If you get this, I'm going to be really impressed. So, right at the beginning of the film, we shoot back to Mobile, Alabama.
Yep.
To a motel. Do you know the name of the motel?
It is.
Oh, he's looking at me like he knows.
Was it? Did you see the sign?
Yeah, a couple
of
times.
You did, yeah. It's
blue on a white background.
I was just going to say that. It is the Peace Haven Motel.
It is not. I really thought you knew that. You looked at me like really excited.
I had no idea. What is it?
It's the Gulf Breeze Motel.
Oh, well, that rhymes.
Yeah. With what?
Peace Haven.
Gulf Breeze and Peace Haven?
Yeah.
Don't rhyme.
They do.
No. So, still 2-1 after 9 episodes. This is not going well.
You just like 2-1. You've shut the doors.
I have, yeah.
You're playing for a 2-1 win.
The end of it. That brings us on to the stream table.
Yeah.
Shall I run through it?
Yeah, go on then.
So, currently in 8th on the stream table is Buster's Malheart. In 7th is The Clapper. In 6th is Emo the Musical. In 5th is Office Uprising from last week's episode. In 4th is Michael Inside. 3rd is Handsome, a Netflix mystery movie. 2nd is What Keeps You Alive. And currently at number 1 on the stream table is Hush.
Good.
Where are we going with this one?
It's down there.
Yeah.
What have we got right at the bottom? What are the bottom couple again?
Buster's Malheart is 8th, and The Clapper is 7th, and Emo the Musical is 6th. Emo the Musical is better than this film.
Yeah.
So it's between where it goes between The Clapper and Buster's Malheart.
I know where I would put this.
Are you putting this at the bottom?
No.
Good. Because it's not as bad as Buster's Malheart.
But I just can't believe by default The Clapper is slowly rising up the table, because I would have this just above Buster's Malheart. So, I would have it below The Clapper.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Because at least The Clapper's got some good fun bits in it.
Has it?
Not many, but more than this has. Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think it does go. I think it is worse film than The Clapper.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy this at all.
No, nor did I.
And
the more I think about it since as well, the more I hate it.
Yeah. I don't know, it's not meant to be dissected and thought of a lot.
No, of course it's not.
But it's...
Most of these films aren't.
But there's stuff happens in this, and it's too stupid to...
Too stupid.
Too stupid to disregard.
Agreed.
How has Dolph Lundgren got off his boat?
Yeah. Why is Dolph Lundgren only in this film for 13 minutes?
Yeah.
Why is Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Seriously though, why haven't we? Why didn't they say why Marco Lundgren's character was on this boat?
Yeah, never found out why. We didn't know why he was on it. We didn't know how he got on it, how long he'd been on it, and how he got off it.
No,
he was literally in it. There was no reason for him to be in it. They could have done all of those scenes without him.
Yeah,
it's close between. It's definitely worse than The Clapper. It's close for Buster's Malheart.
Yeah,
but Buster's Malheart is so nonsensical. It has to stay there for now.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So it goes there. So we'll be 8th on the stream table with Buster's Malheart for 9th. Yeah?
Yep.
Awesome. So that just leaves one job. I never did remember what I was supposed to talk about at the beginning.
It'll come back to you in the week.
Probably. We'll probably talk about it in about a month's time. So shall we pick next week's film?
Let's do it.
Can we please have something good, Mr. Randomising app? It's been a while now.
No, last Office Uprising was fun last week.
Yeah, it was, to be fair. So I have added a couple more on the list from a couple of fans have tweeted stuff in that they wanted added.
Okay, good.
So there's a couple more added. So I'm going to press the button now. Okay, it has picked a film called Clinical. Have you got any ideas what Clinical is?
I'm guessing it's something medical.
It is a horror thriller.
Okay.
From 2017. Do you want to know the premise?
Yes, please.
It also says not rated on IMDb.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What, as in it's not had any reviews?
As in it's not had any rating. So it's not like a 15 or 18.
Oh,
or
I see.
12. It says, A psychiatrist tries to put her life back together after a violent attack by seeking to repair the life of a new patient, but he has his own terrifying history. Would you like to watch the trailer?
Yeah.
Hello, this is Dr. Jane Mathis. Yes, DOB 22-1990.
Dr. Mathis?
Nora.
You were wrong.
Nora, look at me. Look at me. Give me the glass.
You were so wrong.
Let me help you.
So, it's the anniversary.
2 years.
What would you like to talk about today?
I need to be helping people. I can't. I have been avoiding this for too long. I've taken on a post-trauma patient. Hello? You must be Alex.
I want someone to tell me how to live with this.
That's what therapy is.
I don't see myself.
Disassociation.
I keep being dragged back to that place. You have any idea what that's like?
I do.
You've what?
Nora.
You were wrong. You were so wrong.
I'm sorry. I
have to go. Jane.
What?
You have stopped progressing. She hurts you.
I can't think about it. Some people just not wired right. I just keep seeing Nora. I feel like I'm losing my mind.
We've got another horror film.
That looks intense.
It does look really intense. So that was our plan for season 2, though. Watch more horror films and try and find a good one.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll find a good one. We've already found a good one, but we might find another one.
It looks very different.
It does. It looks quite scary.
What we've watched this week.
Yeah, very different. I'm excited for that. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
So yeah, go out and check out Clinical. It's a Netflix original, so go and check it on Netflix. And we'll be back next week to talk about it.
Cheers.
Thanks. Bye.